Just because an animal is declared extinct doesn't mean it couldn't still be out there. For years, many people traveled the world searching for previously thought extinct species, and succeeded. They have found animals the world thought were lost forever. So in this video, we are about to explore the top 10 extinct and supposedly extinct animals that we absolutely can see them. Number 10. Qual. The eastern qual, a cat-sized marsupial, might be unfamiliar to many. Its obscurity isn't surprising, considering it was declared extinct on the Australian mainland in 1963. The last known image of this creature, captured in a grainy photo from a 1960s zoo guidebook, marked what many thought was its final farewell. The decline of the eastern qual began as human settlers arrived in Australia in the 1800s, introducing new species to the continent. Among these new arrivals was the red fox, introduced for sport hunting but quickly becoming a predator to native species, including the qual. Combined with disease, poisoning, and direct persecution, these threats led to the qual's extinction on the mainland by the mid-20th century. However, the story took a hopeful turn on the nearby island of Tasmania, where a small population of quals persisted. This survival has enabled more recent and clearer photographs of these elusive marsupials, in an ambitious attempt to reintroduce them to their ancestral home. In 2018, the WWF and Australian charities released 20 captive bred quals into Boundary National Park, supported by extensive fox control measures. Despite initial signs of success, this group did not survive, nor did a subsequent group of 40 released in 2019. Undeterred, in May 2023, the organization Aussie Ark initiated another reintroduction, this time releasing 50 eastern quals into the Barrington Tops Wildlife Sanctuary. This latest effort represents a significant push to re-establish the qual on the Australian mainland. Could this attempt finally succeed where others have faltered? Only time will tell if the third time truly is the charm. Number 9. Cuban solenodon. During the Mesozoic era, a time dominated by the dinosaurs, mammals occupied a modest place in the natural hierarchy, largely existing as small subterranean creatures that avoided the giant reptiles overhead. Among these ancient mammals, the Cuban solenodon stands out as a peculiar survivor, a vestige from a distant past some 76 million years ago. This enigmatic creature, believed until recently to be extinct, is the last known representative of an ancient lineage of insectivores. With its elongated snout, sharp teeth, and venomous bite, it seems more suited to the plot of a Jurassic Park film than the forests of modern-day Cuba. The solenodon was first documented by humans in 1861, when German naturalist Wilhelm Peters encountered a few in a Cuban forest. Over the next 3 decades, additional specimens trickled in, totaling 36 by 1890. After that, sightings ceased, and by 1970, many presumed the Cuban solenodon had gone the way of the dinosaurs, relegated to extinction. However, in 1974, in a twist worthy of a scientific thriller, a solitary solenodon was discovered in Alexander Humboldt National Park. This remarkable find spurred renewed efforts to locate more of these elusive mammals. Despite extensive searches, by 2016, only 11 had been found, with even fewer photographed. The solenodon's secretive nature, coupled with its burrowing habits, makes it a rare sight above ground. Number 8. Quagga. Often mistaken for a peculiar variety of zebra, the quagga was indeed a distinct subspecies, characterized by a striking pattern that seemed a blend of zebra and horse. First documented by European settlers in 1778 in South Africa, the quagga's striking appearance unfortunately made it a target for hunting, sought after for its hide and meat. By 1883, relentless hunting had led to its extinction, with the last known quagga dying in captivity at Amsterdam's Artis Magistra Zoo. The photographs that often circulate, however, depict a different individual. one that resided at the London Zoo in the 1870s and remains the only quagga ever photographed, making these images a rare and fortunate glimpse into a lost world. Despite their extinction, quaggas were sociable and gentler than their zebra cousins, traits that sadly contributed to their vulnerability. Yet hope flickers on the horizon. Since 1987, the Quagga project has aimed to resurrect the subspecies through selective breeding of zebras, striving to replicate the quagga's unique markings. While technology has not yet advanced to the point of bringing them back through cloning, the efforts of this project suggest a future where the quagga might roam once more. Number 7. Black Panther. The black panther harbors a secret not widely known. It is not a distinct species, but rather a rare variant of the leopard, distinguished by an unusually high concentration of melanin that imparts their striking black hue. This feature, while visually magnificent, unfortunately makes them prime targets for hunters seeking their unique pelts. For more than a century, the presence of African black panthers seemed a relic of the past. The last authenticated photograph dates back to 1909. A piece of history subsequently lost to time. This led to mounting speculations about their possible extinction. In pursuit of clarity, wildlife photographer Will Berard Lucas embarked on a bold expedition to Kenya in 2018, armed with camera traps and a hope to once again capture these elusive animals on film. For several nights, the traps captured nothing but the quiet nocturnal stirrings of the bush. Then, triumph. Several nights into the endeavor, Berard Lucas's perseverance paid off. A black panther graced his lenses, marking the first such sighting in over 100 years. He continued to track and photograph the panther, securing more footage in collaboration with researchers from San Diego Zoo. It was a monumental moment, affirming that despite a century's absence from the photographic record, these majestic creatures still roam the wilds of Africa. Number 6. Orcas whale. It might seem conceivable to overlook a species of stick insect, but losing track of an entire whale species seems almost unthinkable. Yet this is precisely the story of Orcas whale, a species only officially recognized in 2003 and almost immediately feared extinct. Though modest for a whale, Orcas whales reach lengths of about 38 feet, comparable to 2 giraffes stacked one atop the other. However, their numbers appeared so scant that following their initial discovery, only a few sightings were recorded, such as one by whale watchers off the coast of Hualien, Taiwan. Often, these sightings were dismissed as possible confusions with the more common Bride's whale, leading many to believe Orcas whale had vanished. This notion persisted until 2015, when marine biologist Salvatore Cerchio and his team brought a remarkable update. Over 2 years of dedicated research off the coast of Madagascar, they not only located but also photographed 25 Orcas whales, providing irrefutable evidence of their continued existence. Despite this breakthrough, Orcas whales remain among the least studied marine mammals in the world, their mysterious lives continuing to elude extensive scientific understanding. Indeed, much remains to be discovered about these elusive giants of the sea. Number 5. Byi. Dolphins have long captured the hearts of many with their playful nature and undeniable charm. Thus, the tragic tale of China's national dolphin, the Byi, strikes a particularly poignant chord. Revered traditionally as a river goddess, the Byi was actively protected by the Chinese, who cherished this unique freshwater dolphin with a distinctive snout and hunched back but poor eyesight. In the 1950s, the Yangtze River boasted a population of around 6,000 Byi. However, by 2006, this species was declared functionally extinct, no longer able to sustain a population capable of effective reproduction. The last confirmed Byi, named Chiki, was captured in a haunting photograph in 2002 before dying in captivity that same year. The demise of the Byi can be traced back to 1958 during the Great Leap Forward, when Chairman Mao Zedong's push for rapid industrialization led to a denunciation of the traditional veneration of the Byi. The subsequent failure of the initiative resulted in severe food shortages, prompting a desperate populace to hunt the now unprotected Byi for food and trade. Despite the end of the famine, the challenges continued as China's booming population intensified fishing activities on the Yangtze, often employing illegal and destructive techniques such as dynamite fishing. By 1979, the Chinese government recognized the Byi as endangered, but it was too late. By 2006, the Byi was functionally extinct, marking a profound loss not only for China's natural heritage, but also for biodiversity as a whole. The Byi was the sole representative of the Lepotidae family, concluding an evolutionary lineage spanning 20 million years. Number 4. Anolis proboscis. In 1953, while navigating the dense forests of Ecuador, explorers stumbled upon an extraordinary creature, a little lizard with a remarkably long snout. This bizarre feature earned it the nickname Pinocchio lizard or horned Anola, unrecorded in scientific annals until then. The discovery of this distinctive lizard sparked considerable excitement. Despite initial interest, only 5 additional specimens were found over the next 13 years. After the 1960s, the horned Anola seemingly vanished, presumed extinct by scientists who continued to search the Ecuadorian wilderness to no avail. However, in a twist of fate, the horned Anola reappeared in 2005, spotted by birdwatchers crossing a road near the original discovery site. This sighting rekindled interest in the species, capturing widespread attention online. In 2009, spurred by the renewed curiosity, Anola expert Jonathan Losos led an expedition that successfully located a significant number of these elusive lizards. Losos and his team observed that the horned anole moved very slowly and lived predominantly in the trees, its impressive camouflage aiding its invisibility. Despite these findings, much about the horned Anola remains a mystery. It is known that only the males sport the lengthy proboscis, maybe to attract females, though it is too flexible for combat. Interestingly, the lizards can wiggle their snouts, a useful adaptation for snagging insects without the cumbersome nose obstructing their efforts. Number 3. Thylacine. Among the many tragic stories in the annals of extinction, few resonate as deeply as that of the thylacine, also known as the Tasmanian tiger. This creature, despite its nickname, was not a tiger but a marsupial, bearing closer kinship to numbats and quals than to any feline. The thylacine once roamed mainland Australia but disappeared there around 3,500 years ago, with only a small population surviving on the island of Tasmania. By the time European settlers arrived in 1803, estimates suggest about 5,000 thylacines remained. Renowned for their ability to open their jaws almost 80 degrees, these carnivores primarily fed on marsupials, small birds, and rodents. Despite their fierce appearance, thylacines were notably shy, avoiding human contact as much as possible. Misunderstandings about the thylacines' habits, particularly the belief that they preyed on livestock, led to their persecution. Though they were occasionally accused of taking chickens, their jaws were believed too weak for attacking larger animals like sheep. Nevertheless, fueled by these misconceptions, a bounty system was introduced by the Van Diemen's Land Company as early as 1830 and intensified when the Tasmanian government began offering bounties in 1888, leading to the killing of thousands. The relentless hunting and loss of habitat led to the thylacine's decline, culminating in the death of the last wild specimen in 1930. The final known individual lived in captivity at the Hobart Zoo in Tasmania, dying in 1936 due to neglect, just 59 days after the species received governmental protection. Despite occasional reports of sightings, the thylacine was declared extinct, a somber testament to human impact on wildlife. In recent years, however, efforts to possibly resurrect the thylacine through cloning have emerged. Colossal Biosciences, among others, has successfully extracted DNA from preserved specimens, aspiring to one day revive and reintroduce the species to its native habitat. Number 2. Sea monster. In January 2023, an extraordinary discovery was made on Assateague Island, a narrow stretch of land bridging Virginia and Maryland in the Atlantic Ocean. Alan Searle, a naturalist and photographer who frequently scours the island's shores for intriguing findings, stumbled upon what appeared to be a relic from a bygone era. A massive, armored creature sprawled across the sand. At first glance, the beast resembled a prehistoric monster, perhaps a holdover from the dinosaur age. However, the truth behind Alan's find was no less remarkable. The creature was an Atlantic sturgeon, a colossal fish that can grow up to 15 feet in length, roughly the size of a Volkswagen Beetle. This species, which has remained largely unchanged since the Jurassic period some 200 million years ago, represents a living connection to the Earth's distant past. Yet, despite its ancient lineage, the Atlantic sturgeon faces a precarious future. Sturgeons are among the most endangered species groups worldwide, primarily due to overfishing for their meat and prized caviar. Number 1. Coelacanth. This ancient fish, armored in scale and equipped with limb-like fins, first appeared about 420 million years ago during the Devonian period. It thrived across the ages until it abruptly disappeared from the fossil record some 66 million years ago, coinciding with the catastrophic asteroid impact that caused a mass extinction, eliminating over 60% of all life on Earth. The coelacanth was presumed to be another casualty of this event. However, in a twist fit for a scientific mystery, the coelacanth made a dramatic reappearance in 1938. Marjorie Courtenay-Latimer, curator of the East London Museum in South Africa, was alerted to a peculiar fish caught by local fishermen. Upon inspection, she sensed its extraordinary nature, but couldn't quite believe it could be a coelacanth, thought to have been extinct for millions of years. After consulting with a fish expert, her suspicions were confirmed. It was indeed a living coelacanth. The discovery sent shockwaves through the scientific community, reinvigorating interest and research into this living fossil. Since that serendipitous day, more specimens have been found, living in deep volcanic areas of the ocean, providing invaluable insights into the life that once dominated Earth's waters. That's all for this video. I hope you guys liked it. We are going to make more amazing videos, but we need your support. Your like, subscribe, and comment mean a lot to us. So thank you, and see you next time.